Then why are you not celebrating these cuts? If you agree there is waste, if you agree there is abuse, if you agree there is corruption, why are you not celebrating the cuts, the reforms that are being instituted? You may assert. It is true that many of the people in this room for 4 years failed to cover the fact that Joe Biden was mentally incompetent and was not running the country. It is also true that many people in this room who have used this talking point that Elon is not elected fail to understand how government works.
The real issue here is that he's talking a big game about transparency, but he's not being transparent himself. This idea that Elon Musk shouldn't have to do financial disclosures like everybody else who's working in the government is ludicrous. The New York Times,
the Doge website.
Well, also when you pull it up, it's empty right now. And President Trump said yesterday, oh, well, he doesn't need to do it. Karoline Leavitt has said
Of course there's some wasteful spending, but you don't use a meat axe and cut everything.
So President Trump is going through, he's having Elon go through all of this stuff to see where America's taxpayer dollars are going to, and they're finding so much corruption, and I just wish that they would stop because it's really none of their business, and I enjoy paying my taxes to other countries.
Welcome back to another video where we break down woke rhetoric and champion common sense. Yesterday, Deputy Chief Stephen Miller made his media debut and dismantled the opposition, directly countering the key arguments that woke Democrats have been pushing all week.
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
This is just one of many voices making noise, but Stephen Miller didn't just shut them down. He schooled them on how the Constitution actually works. Last week, some members of Congress were sounding the alarm about a so-called constitutional crisis. But before Stephen dismantles their arguments once and for all, watch as Karoline Leavitt delivers a brutal takedown.
President Trump and Elon Musk and our entire administration are going to continue to go line by line and treat this federal government like a business. Money in, money out. And what do we actually need to spend money on to advance America's interests? That is our goal here. That's all that's happening. Anything else is fear-mongering by the left because they don't have a real message and they're deranged. There's no other way to put it.
The funniest part? They're pushing this agenda to their supporters by calling it a threat to democracy, when in reality, they just don't want their actions exposed. They're hiding behind democracy as a shield, but that won't work. Watch as Stephen Miller completely dismantles every woke reporter in this must-see video.
It is true that many of the people in this room for 4 years failed to cover the fact that Joe Biden was mentally incompetent and was not running the country. It is also true that many people in this room who have used this talking point that Elon is not elected fail to understand how government works. So I'm glad for the opportunity for a brief civics lesson. A president is elected by the whole American people. He's the only official in the entire government that is elected by the entire nation, right? Judges are appointed, members of Congress are elected at the district or state level, just one man. And the Constitution, Article 2, has a clause known as the vesting clause, and it says the executive power shall be vested in a president, singular. The whole will of democracy is imbued into the elected president. That president then appoints staff to then impose that democratic will onto the government. The threat to democracy, indeed the existential threat to democracy, is the unelected bureaucracy of lifetime tenured civil servants who believe they answer to no one, who believe they can do whatever they want without consequence, who believe they can set their own agenda no matter what Americans vote for. So Americans vote for radical FBI reform, and FBI agents say they don't want to change. Or Americans vote for radical reform on our energy policies, but EPA bureaucrats say they don't want to change. Or Americans vote to end DEI, racist DEI policies, and lawyers of the Department of Justice say they don't want to change. What President Trump is doing is he is removing federal bureaucrats who are defying democracy by failing to implement his lawful orders, which are the will of the whole American people.
This has to be the best video of the week. The thing is, these people, especially the woke liberal media, never learn.
Don't the American people deserve to know? He has tens of billions of dollars in government contracts. If you are the Doge master, then open up your own books. That's part of the federal government. They are spending money on Elon Musk
Rich,
and
what do
all
you
this
say to that?
technology.
They always scramble to find a new controversy whenever one issue gets resolved, which is why they'll never change. And if you remember, none of them were making this much noise when their own corruption was unfolding.
People are exhausted and tired of watching their tax dollars be corruptly spent, abused, wasted, and in every sense robbed and stolen from them. This president, for the first time in history, is committed to restoring accountability at every level of the federal government. You may assert there's no waste in the Pentagon. You may assert there's no waste in
Stephen,
Treasury.
I'm not
you may assert there's no waste in HHS.
Stephen, I don't think anyone...
Then why are you not celebrating these cuts? If you agree there is waste, if you agree there is abuse, if you agree there is corruption, why are you not celebrating the cuts, the reforms that are being instituted? Every day that no action is taken, the entire
Stephen, let's calm
salaries
down.
of American workers that are taxed disappear forever.
Stephen, let's calm down.
This is
we're
not
having a debate.
There's no reason
about whether there are
Well,
places.
you are clearly trying to debate me, and I will be as excited as I want to be about the fact that we are saving Americans billions of dollars, that we are ending the theft and waste and grift and corruption, that we are stopping American taxpayer dollars from subsidizing a rogue federal bureaucracy that has been relentlessly weaponized against the American people.
This is just who they are. They never celebrate anything because they're always waiting for the next issue to exploit. The biggest lie they've ever told is that they represent both sides. Watch this, and you'll see exactly why the woke liberals are losing their minds.
So like President Trump is like he's having Elon go through all of this stuff to like see where America's taxpayer dollars are going to, and like they're finding so much corruption, and I just wish that they would stop because it's really like none of their business, and I enjoy paying my taxes to other countries, and I love that it goes into like other people's pockets instead of mine, and I just really love that, and I hate that he's deporting all of these people because I also enjoy all of my tax dollars going to pay for all of their living, even though they came here illegally, and everything is like not going according to plan. Like he's like kept his word on everything he said. Like everything he said, he kept his word on. Like presidents aren't supposed to do that. This is the stupidest thing ever. I just wish I'd stay at what? I hate him too.
Can you believe this is what they're crying about? That's the reality. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.
The future of America is MAGA. And the future of MAGA is Donald J. Trump. We want Trump in 28. That's what they can't stand. A man like Trump comes along only once or twice in a country's history, right? We want Trump. We want Trump.